Have a couple new developments in regards to the Las Vegas shooting. We just learned that Stephen Paddock, of course the supposed shooter, his hard drive was missing from his computer in the hotel room there at Mandalay Bay. Now, police are just telling us this, ironically. Yeah. And on Wednesday, information emerged that adds to the complexity of the case. Mr. Paddock apparently removed the hard drive from at least one computer found in his room at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, according to law enforcement officials. And then separately, Paddock's brother was arrested at an assisted living facility in Los Angeles on possession of child pornography. Oh yeah, just coincidentally, they're going after him in every way possible. Tons of lies and deception and just doing everything they can to get something on Stephen Paddock when they can't get anything. I mean, it's the evidence, all the witnesses support that Stephen Paddock was a good person, didn't owe any money, paid all his bills, had a good record over like 11 years at the casinos, nice person, no mental illness. They even autopsied his brain, then they sent it off to some other place to try to dissect it, not finding anything wrong, So now they're going to charge his brother with child pornography. What a coincidence of a timing, huh? And then, of course, you've seen his brother come out, his other brother, Eric. I've showed you the videos where he comes out quite a bit during the day, different days, and he will do interviews with the news media. And he's a little bit of a eccentric and wild and strange guy, but he's a nice guy, it seems like. And he sincerely feels the pain for these people that lost their lives, regardless of who shot them. And, of course, also I mentioned before that, in regards to the FBI sting raid that went bad. Well, interesting enough, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but they found chargers in his room there that had numbers on them that were only the type that the FBI uses. Now, how do you explain that? Well, pretty much what I told you explains that. And now they're just coming out and saying that his Stephen Paddock's hard drive was missing. All of a sudden they come out and tell us that. Just out of the blue. 2 or 3 weeks later after this happens. Mr. Paddock's activities at the hotel have been carefully tracked. He was a lifetime winner at MGM Resorts properties, which include Mandalay Bay. Their term refers to gamblers who have won more money than they have lost over the years. Isn't that incredible? Raising doubts that whether Mr. Paddock had any grievances against the hotel. He gambled during his stay the weekend of the shooting. Yeah, that's amazing. He's playing slot machines. This guy is pretty smart. I mean, he's beating the slot machines. I can tell you this, one of his, probably the way he did that is play a bigger amount of machines, the $5, $10, $20, $100, because they have higher payouts, percentages higher. And he had the money to do it. And I've seen for myself that people play slot machines. You play the higher end amount, they hit some good jackpots. I've seen it over and over. Quite often, I stay at the Hard Rock in Biloxi. They comp me there. And so... Yeah, I know. In the high roller area, in the high end area where they have the higher amount slots, that's where you win the money right there. And that's probably more than likely what he was doing because he liked to play the slots. They also say he liked to play video poker. In fact, last night I was watching an interview. Everybody's saying that Stephen Paddock, the supposed shooter, was just such a nice guy. There was one guy last night that said he used to live next to him. I was listening to an interview and they said there's no way this guy could have done that. We know Stephen Paddock didn't do this shooting. We know he wasn't the one that did it. And yeah, he was saying in the interview last night there's no way he could do it. He said that he knew him. He used to sit out in front of his house, wave to people. Kind of a quiet guy, very nice. And he'd sometimes go play video poker at one of the local places around there and just very kind to everyone. So here, yeah, right here. So now they're going to charge the other brother, which we haven't heard much about, Bruce, with child pornography in California. Right here, 59-year-old brother in North Hollywood on Wednesday. The Los Angeles Police Department confirmed an investigation was initiated after evidence was discovered inside business on Sun Valley. Bruce was squatting inside the business after the eviction. The evidence was discovered. The department said at the time of the initial investigation, Bruce was a transient and could not be located. So I guess he was doing this as a transient? That makes no sense at all. and may have been living in an assisted living facility. File 1 count of possession of over 600 images of child pornography and 19 counts of sexual exploitation of a child. I mean, anybody that does this is horrible, obviously. But I really have doubts that this guy is doing this. They're going after this man, the Paddock. If you're a Paddock and you're related to Stephen Paddock, the one that they're trying to go after, the gunman, they're targeting you and they're going after you. They're trying to get anything they can on you. It's very obvious. They're trying to discredit that family's name, make them look like they're all crazy and criminals, and that's what they're doing. And I think that's what they're doing here, and it's very unfortunate. And I'm going to continue to dig for the truth, expose the evidence, and bring it to you. And I'll keep you updated.